Welcome back to Adobe Muse CC. In this tutorial we're going to cover how to create our contact form. So I'm on the contact page here, and if you go over to the widgets library and scroll down here, there is a forms folder here, and in here they have a detailed contact and a simple contact. I'll start with a detailed contact and just drag it out, and you'll see that there's a ton of options here. Basically, you have your name, email, company name, work address, city, etc., all the way down here. In the options, you can see what things are checked, and if you uncheck them, you can see how they disappear there. So really, we don't want to do such a complicated form, but you notice these options here. They're basically in both the expanded and the simple contact form. So I'm going to actually select this and just delete it real quick, and we'll open up the simple contact form, drag it out here on the stage, and you can see here those same check marks, they're just unchecked right now. If you check them, what would happen is it would expand and add those custom those fields. You can actually add custom fields down here, depending on what kind of things you wanted to add. Just click on the little plus symbol here. In here it says the form name, contact form, where to email to. So currently it's at my Yahoo account here. And then after sending, you have some options here. So you can have it say at current page, but you could send it to, for example, if I had a thank you page. I don't have one created, but if I did, which would basically be a duplicate of this, you could do that. And let me just show you what that would look like. If I go out, I could create on the contact page, I could have right below it, we'll call it thank you, and then click out, and I'll double click on the contact again, and what will happen is we'll go ahead and preview this. And so say I enter name, email, and all this and click submit, you'll notice that I'll get this warning that you have to upload the FTP host, upload to your site. So it's not going to work for actual testing, unfortunately. But or you'd have to publish to Business Catalyst to test your submission. So you have to realize that it's just not going to work. But just trust me that when you click submit, what would happen is you would go back to this thank you page, and if I actually wrote out some text here and said thank you, this is exactly what would happen. And I could of course make the typeface quite a bit larger, but you get the idea. This is exactly what would happen here. You'd come to this page here. So let's go back to that contact form, and as you can see, each of these has a name, email, your message, and then a submit button here. I can come in here and actually change that to, instead of enter name, just put name. So you do have the ability to edit. I can actually click on the individual boxes and change the fill and the stroke. So you can see here there's some options. So if I wanted these outlined with red, for example, a nice red stroke, I can do that. And if I want to bump them up to say 3 or 4 points, I can do that, really make that pop out. And I can do the same thing with the submit form here. So the submit, I could do the same thing, red, and bump it up to like 4. So I want you to understand that you can style your forms however you want. You can even change the information in here. Enter your message. If you dive in, you could just say comment or comments, if you want to change that. Typically email is fine, but maybe you want, instead of inner email, just email. So I could delete that part there. And so let's preview this, see how this would look. So again, it looks pretty good, and you can see there's actual states as you hover over those states. If we go in here and actually click on this with the arrow, you can see here they're right here. You have an empty, a non-empty, a rollover, and a focus, and an error. So you can change these just by clicking on, and then so if I want them all to be red, I could do that just by clicking on that and adjusting over. So same with the focus, I could do the same thing, choose that red again, and then we'd be good to go. So let's do this test one more time and just see how this looks. And you can see here as I click in here, they're all staying red. So, and then I'd be able to click submit. So that's basically creating your own contact form. Again, it's another one of those powerful widgets in Adobe Muse. You really don't have to do a whole lot except style it however you want and basically choose what kind of fields to put in. So until next time, see you again in Adobe Muse CC. Cheers.